Hey everyone, welcome back to In the Alley. My name is Cody. Glad you guys are back for another video. Final preview for Week 19. It is a Sunday night battle between two teams that have already clinched a playoff spot, but there's still playoff implications on the line. Let's go take a look. Alright, so one game on Sunday to talk about, and if the air conditioner is blowing a little too loud, I apologize, but got a little hot. Anyway, we have an 8:05 p.m. Central Time kickoff on the Indoor Football League Network, or streaming somewhere else if you can find it. We have the 10-5 Arizona Rattlers taking on the 9-6 San Diego Strikeforce, and as I mentioned, both these teams have already clinched playoff berths, but if San Diego wins this game, they will move into the 3 seed, and this will just kind of be a rematch in Arizona. If San Diego loses this game, it's pretty much a replay of last year's Western playoffs, where instead of Arizona traveling to Vegas, I believe it'll be Vegas traveling to Arizona. San Diego heads to Bay Area, second year in a row. So let's take a look at our season leaders here. Dalton Snead, 219 of 374, 2,341 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Nate Davis, 211, 331, 2,324 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Pretty similar numbers. Ron Brown, 114 carries, 534 yards, 21 touchdowns. And Rudy Johnson, 108 carries, 316 yards, 17 touchdowns. Receiving leaders, Jamal Miles, 45 catches, 380 yards, 6 touchdowns. And Dallas Daniels, 45 catches, 514 yards, 13 receiving touchdowns. Only thing of note when it comes to the injury report between these two teams, Anthony Barber has been put on short-term injured reserve, and wide receiver Jordan Parker for Arizona has been taken off. That's all the Indoor Football League transaction showed. That's all I wrote down. So not much to speak of in the last week or two when it comes to injuries. Our game odds, 85.5 is our over-under, and plus 1.5, San Diego is a home underdog. Minus 1.5, well, not necessarily an underdog, but the spread says so. Minus 1.5 for Arizona on the road, but minus 118 for Arizona, minus 102 for San Diego. So no plus money when it comes to the money line, but again, kind of that, home underdog when it comes to the spread for the Strikeforce. We are in Front Wave Arena in Oceanside, California. Again, an 8:05 p.m. Central Time kickoff. And our series head-to-head, very lopsided, playoffs included. 6-1 in favor of Arizona. Their last meeting, Week 17, so just 2 weeks ago, with Arizona getting the victory, 46-43, in which Kevin Guy Devil Magic comes back again. San Diego was leading most of that game. Yeah, what can you do? But anyway, that's where we have it here. Let's go take a look at our 25-man rosters, bet and prediction. We'll get out of here. All right, 25-man rosters popping up over my face. Starting with the away side first for Arizona, quarterbacks Drew Powell and Dalton Snead. Snead to be your starter, Powell to be your backup. Running backs, Shannon Brooks and Ron Brown Jr. I think Brooks got the start the last week or two. Ron Brown has kind of spelled him, so we'll see if it's more of the same, or if Ron Brown gets the start. We'll see how that goes. As I mentioned in the injury report, Jordan Parker's off short-term injured reserve, so we have quite a few wide receivers. Jamal Miles, Yohines Tyler, Corey Reed, Jordan Parker, Trey Dixon, and Austin Johnson. You can only suit up a couple of them, so some of those guys will be left out. Offensive line, Bryson Mays, Christopher Strotter, and Lamar Mady. And on the defense, Kevin Sims Jr., Rashawn Yates, Isaiah Coe, and James Nimwaya on the line. Jalen Campbell is your linebacker. And in the secondary, Jermaine Dobbs, Devontae Merriweather, Isaiah Huff, Otjo So, Amari Alexander, and Ethan Castleberry, with Dawson Evans being your kicker. To the San Diego side, Rudy Johnson and Nate Davis are your quarterbacks. Rudy Johnson will be your wildcat quarterback, running back. He might suit up in the slot or, go out wide, however it goes. But wide receivers, Dallas Daniels, Shane Hooks, John Maldonado, Javian Lofton-Wilson, and Arthur Jackson III. We'll see if Jackson suits up, if he plays. Might be saving him for the playoffs, no idea. Offensive line, Christian Olmstead, Jalen Booth, Josh Castro, and Jake Sines, with Blaine Hoover. He didn't play last week either. We'll see again if he suits up or what goes on with that. On the defensive side, Wallace Cowens, Guy Thomas, Afanya Maye, Jalen Joyner, Karat Garland, Jackson Cravens on that line. So again, you can only play 3, so you might suit up a couple. Royce C is your only linebacker, and in the secondary, Tariq Lewis, Devin Hafford, Keyshawn Walker, Matt Elam, and Elijah Reed. Your kicker is Ernesto Lacayo, and that is your 25-man roster for your Arizona Rattlers, your 25-man roster for your San Diego Strike Force. Let's go take a look at our bet and our prediction. We'll get out of here. All right, bet and prediction for this one. I don't really have a good one, I'll be honest with you. I'm just going to take the -1.5 for Arizona. I don't have a reason other than Arizona's 6-1 against San Diego. Now, San Diego did play them tough. Arizona still came back and beat them. That's another kind of reason why I'm leaning this way, is if that's what Arizona can do, imagine if they have a lead, imagine what they can do with that. Again, it comes down to the running game for me as well. You don't really have much of a running game for San Diego. They never really do. With Shannon Brooks and Ron Brown Jr. both kind of, splitting reps, Dalton Sneed using his legs, maybe that running game is more of a factor for Arizona. They got a plethora of wide receivers. We'll see if Arthur Jackson suits up. That could be an X factor as well. Guy Thomas taking on the defensive line, going after Dalton Sneed. Curious to see how that goes. But I just think there's a little bit more firepower for Arizona. And we'll see if you can get to Nate Davis as well. He's very quick to release the ball. We all know it. He's been a veteran in the game for so long. But if that defense can make life just a little bit of hell for Nate Davis, throw him off his game a little bit of inaccuracies, it can go a long way. So other than that, I don't really have too much when it comes to this. It's just these two teams played a couple weeks ago, and I don't know who wins. Like, the spread is so close. The game was close a few weeks ago. They have a chance to play each other in back-to-back weeks. We're kind of seeing those replays and stuff. You see that in the Eastern Conference and everything too. But that's kind of where we have it. Not necessarily, we had a chance, but still, they're all playing each other again. Point being, though, is like this has an opportunity again to have Arizona and San Diego go 2 weeks in a row in 3 of the last 4 weeks. So yeah, they'll be meeting each other a lot is what I'm trying to get at. But I still think Arizona takes this. I do. My prediction for this one, 45-40 in favor of the Rattlers. Like I said, I think they just have a little bit more than San Diego, a little bit better on defense. We'll see how that secondary for San Diego gels. They've brought over a lot of former Massachusetts Pirates. The defensive line is same thing there. Massachusetts Pirates on that defensive line as well. So we'll see how that kind of goes. Arizona still beat Massachusetts last year for the championship. So, again, it's just because you brought over some talent doesn't mean that Arizona doesn't know that talent as well, and vice versa. Those Pirates that played in the championship game and what have you, they know Arizona very, very well. So that's where I have it for this. I just -1.5. It's just that same old playoff. I know I say it a lot, but it's that Kevin Guy Devil magic. He just knows how to go into crunch time, into these clutch situations, and get the job done. Dalton Sneed playing really well. We know Nate Davis is playing well on the other side too, but at the end of the day, I think Arizona's just a little bit better. I think the running game will make a little bit of a factor. We'll kind of see from there. But 45-40 in favor of Arizona, -1.5 for the Rattlers on the road. Let's wrap up and get out of here. And that is it for our Week 19 Sunday preview. We're here. Playoffs are here. After this game, we get ready for the playoffs. We already know all the 8 teams that are in here, but again, if San Diego wins this game, it should be a repeat of what's here, just in Arizona. If San Diego loses this game, they drop to the 4th seed. They will travel to Bay Area. Vegas goes to Arizona, and like I said, it's just kind of a repeat of last year's playoffs, except Vegas and Arizona are switched. So that's where we kind of have it with this one. Final game of the regular season. Crazy that it's already here. It has been a long, long season, hasn't it? It's been fun. It feels like it hasn't been, but it's been a very long season. So with that, I'm going to take off here, guys. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you feel so inclined, like, comment, share, subscribe. If not, okay. And we'll just kind of go from there and get ready for the playoffs. If you haven't paid your $10 for the Indoor Football League Network, go do that so you can get the playoff games. Or if they're on Victory Plus or any of the other apps, they'll probably be on there too. It has just been a cluster, but we'll address that in a later video after the season's over. With that, though, like I said, I'm taking off here, guys. Got to pack up, get this all edited and out, and then I am back to Kansas City for the playoffs and all of that stuff. So anyway, taking off. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. With that being said, see ya.